Let's create the functions that are going to show and hide our activity indicator, which is like our loading bar. I'm going to put a mark here and call this activity indicator. And we're going to have two functions, private func show loading indicator, and we're going to have private func hide loading indicator. Alright, so in show loading indicator, we are going to check if we have this activity indicator set up, because it's an optional. So I'm going to say if activity indicator is not equals to nil, then we're going to say self.view dot add subview, and we're going to add activity indicator, and we're going to unwrap this because we just checked that it's not nil. And then I'm going to say activity indicator, unwrap this, and say start animating. And that's it. And for our hide loading indicator, I'm going to again check if it's available. So I say if activity indicator is not equals to nil, we are going to say activity indicator remove from super view. So we are just removing ourselves from the view that we just added ourselves on top, and we're going to say activity indicator unwrap this and say stop animating. Alright, so we have the two functions to show and hide our activity indicator, but both of them are checking if we actually have our activity indicator set up, which we don't right now, and we're going to do this in our view did appear function. So on top of my view did load, I'm going to put a mark view life cycle, and here I'm going to say view did appear, and let's call our super dot view did appear animated. And once we have this, we are going to initialize our activity indicator. So if you command click on it and jump to definition, you will see what activity indicator is. It will take you to the class, and also if you scroll down, you may find what type of activity indicators we have. Actually, I'm going to also show you this GitHub, where you can visually see what activity indicators options we have. So for now, let's just write our code. We're going to say activity indicator is equals to nv activity indicator view. We are going to instantiate with frame, type, color, and padding. So the frame, we are going to create a frame so that our activity indicator is in the middle of our screen. So if we create a CG rect, and we're going to use X, Y, width, and height. So the X is going to be our self.view frame width divided by 2, so we have the half of our view, and then I'm going to deduct 30 points because our activity indicator view is a square box. So if we put it exactly in the in half, it's going to be a little bit on the right side because of these anchor points. So we move 30 points left, so it has it will find itself in the middle. Then the Y is going to be again self.view frame, and this time we're going to get the height of our view divided by 2, and again we're going to say minus 30 points. The width is going to be 60 points. That's why we are moving left and down on half of it. And height is going to be 60 points. basically half of whatever we are moving here, or half of our size. The type, if you click dot, it will give you all the different activity indicator types. I'm going to use ball pools. Let's find, where is it? And the color, we are going to create a color. So this is a UI color. I'm going to have, you can have any color you want. I have just created a specific color for my application, and this is going to be color literal. And I'm going to choose this color. I don't know why it keeps bringing images. Let me just copy and paste this line here, because I'm guessing this is an Xcode bug here. So this will be color literal, and we just do the RGB A. A is for alpha. And the padding, I'm going to pass nil here. So this will initialize my, my activity indicator. And now what I need to do is to see where we are going to show this. So we want to show this activity indicator every time we start saving our item. So let's go to the save to Firebase function, and here we are going to show loading indicator. And once we are done with our saving, before we have it here, I'm going to pop the view, and also I'm going to actually do before we pop the view, the self.hide loading indicator, and then we are going to pop our view. So let's rerun, and we're going to test if this is working. So let's, I don't know, let's go to cameras and optics, plus let's put a Canon 5D, price 2000, choose a picture, choose these flowers, click done, and when I click done here, we should see our loading bar supposed to be appearing. Let's see, it didn't work. Show loading indicator, let's jump here. So let's say print have indicator. You see what my mistake is. I have it stop animating instead of start animating. Let's quickly rerun. And we're going to save a new camera, Nikon this time. This will be 5000. Let's choose 2 photos so we have some time to upload them. Click done and done again, and you can see my activity indicator is showing that something is going on, and it's exactly in the middle of my view. And then it just goes away, and we have uploaded our item, and we are calling the stop animating on it as well. So our loading is showing properly as well, and this is all we need for our uploading image to our item.